מוצאים שבילים להתגבר, להשתחרר כל השאלות מתחילות להיפטר. כשכבר חשבתי רגע לוותר, ראיתי את השמש מסנוורת את הרחוב, מכל הרע שבעולם שיהיה לי טוב, מכל הרע שבעולם שיהיה לי טוב.
Jordan, thank you so much. I feel awful taking off that beautiful music. I just want to hear the rest of it. Okay, that was Lachzor Habaita by Karen Pellis, and we'll send it out. We'll send out all the links to everything. I barely know what to say right now. So I'm just going to ramble on and hope that something coherent comes out of my mouth. Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov. Literally a good week. It is so wonderful to be with all of you tonight. While I'm talking, make yourselves comfortable. I'm just like so really glad to be with all of you. I'm Ariella Morkowitz, the founding director of SVIVAH. There are so many beautiful faces here with us tonight. Thank you for being here. If there are beautiful new faces here, please stay at the end if you're up for it and introduce yourself if you'd like. I won't run off. SVIVAH is revolutionizing the way that women come together in community, using Jewish community to empower women as individual change makers in our own lives and in the world, discovering and exploring the unique and beautiful Torah that comes from our lived experience and building the kind of community that holds us and makes us stronger. We define both Jewish and women very broadly. If you want to be with us, we want you with us and welcome. Rabbanit Dalia, Shavua Tov. Thank you for this. Thank you for bringing us together tonight. I was really deeply thinking about it on Friday. The words from Yehuda Halevi that are almost 900 years old. My heart is in the East, and I am at the very edge of the West. I've heard that quote so many times, but I have never felt it quite so much in this way before, where I would have given anything to be able to be standing in Hostages Square in Tel Aviv today, waiting with hundreds and thousands of others who were experiencing the exact same emotional roller coaster that I was. So Dalia, thank you for knowing that we needed that, to feel that collective emotion, to hope together, to celebrate together, to feel relief together, and to continue to pray together. Thank you, Dalia, so very much for bringing us here together tonight.
Thank you so much, Ariella, and thank you to everyone who's here with us. It really means so much to be together with all of you right now. Last Sunday, as we welcomed home Emily, Romy, and Daron, and today, as we welcomed home Liri, Daniella, Karina, and Naama, we have all been flooded with emotions, tears of every genre. I have felt a whirlwind of emotions, and what became so clear to me last Sunday as I was riding the waves of these different kinds of tears is that I so desperately wanted to be as close as possible to these incredible women and to their beautiful families. I wanted to be in a place filled with singing and praying and hugging and emotional expression. And just as Ariella said, I wanted to be in Kikar Chatufim. I wanted to be in Hostage Square. So tonight, we're going to create together our own version of Hostage Square, a space where we too will sing and pray and express our emotions, whatever those emotions may be. All of the emotions that everyone in this room is experiencing are welcome here, and you can express them in the chat as much as you need and as much as you would like. And I wanted to be together in community, as Ariella said, and as you can see in these images from Hostages Square, with so many other people who are feeling this roller coaster of every kind of emotion. And we're also going to do something tonight that is done in Hostage Square every Motzei Shabbat, every Saturday night when Shabbat exits, is we're going to do Havdalah together in a few moments. But before we officially begin the new week, I'd like to invite us to welcome home the four beautiful souls, our sisters who are now, thank God, back in Israel with their families, and to welcome them back we're going to start with Rabbanit Aliza leading us in a special tefillah. This tefillah is unique in that we found it, Ariella found it, from a newscaster who recited it on the news last week, which is a very unique situation to have actually a newscaster recite a tefillah in the middle of a broadcast. Thank you, Rabbanit Aliza.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with all of you, celebrating the return of these four women. Yiratzam milfanecha Adonai Eloheinu bara ha'adam b'tzalmo u'mafiach ba ruach neshama asher padita nafsham mishivya b'tzeitam efalat hashevi el mishpachtam amam hamitzapim lehem sheishtakach milibam kol pachad ve'ima machamat hashevi v'yizku lechasot b'tzel avatcha v'avatenu atam kol yimei chayehem ki shomea tefilot ata u'ma'azin tchinatenu Abrachaman Yedid Nafshenu Baruch Shema Tfilah. May it be your will, God, who created humans in God's image and breathed in them spirit and a soul, that you have redeemed their lives from captivity as they have come out of the darkness of captivity to their families and their nation that was waiting for them. May all of the fear and terror of captivity be forgotten from their hearts. May they merit to bask in the shade of your love and our love for them all the days of their lives. Because you listen to prayer and you hear our supplications, merciful Father, friend of our souls, blessed is the one who hears prayers.
Amen. Thank you, Aliza. To further honor Liri, Daniella, Karina, and Naama, we are going to show a slideshow of pictures of them and of their families and all that their families did for them on the journey to bring them home. And as you look at the images, you'll hear the song Al Kol Eila in the background. And there's two lines of this song that I want to highlight for us in this moment that are really speaking to me. Al Ha'ish, o Al Hanashim, Hasheva Baita Min Hamirchakim, for the women who are returning home from far away. Al tishkach et hatikva, do not forget the hope. Hashiveni ve'ashuva, return me, and I will return. El ha'aretz hatova, to the good land. I'm going to just share my screen with you so you can see these beautiful images that Ariella collected for us. And I'm going to put the music on.
על הדבש ועל העוקץ, על המר והמתוק, על ביתנו התינוקת, שמור לי הטוב. על האש המבוערת, על המים הזכים, על האיש אשר הביתה מן המרחקים. על כל אלה, על כל אלה, שמור נא לי אלי הטוב, על הדבש ועל העוקץ, על המר והמתוק, על נטע הכל נטוע, אל תשכח את התקווה. אשיבני ואשובה אל הארץ הטובה. שמור לי על זה הבית, על הגן, על החומה, מיגון, מפחד פתע וממלחמה. שמור על המעט שיש לי, על האור ועל הטף, על הפרי שלא הבשילות ושנאסף. על כל אלה, על כל אלה, שמור נא לי
Let's just take a breath for a second as we welcome them all back. We're beginning a new week for these women, a new week for their families, and a new week for all of us. And as we head into Havdalah and we create a separation from what was before and what will be in the future, there's one particular line of Havdalah that I'd like us to focus on together, if you're open to that. La'Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason v'yikar. The Jews had light and joy and gladness and honor. So be it with us. And I'm so grateful tonight that Felicia Sloin is back with us to lead us in Havdalah, to guide us with her beautiful voice, and to sing us through. Felicia knows exactly how music can carry us and hold us, and she plays and sings from her soul and will carry us with our sea of emotions. So as Felicia leads us in Havdalah, feel free to hold on to your candle or your light, to your cup if you have grape juice, to your something that smells nice, whatever you have with you. And you can also focus on Rabbanit Aliza, who will have all of those ritual objects with her. And may this be the beginning of a very beautiful week.
Amen.
Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason v'ikar. La Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason v'ikar. La Yehudim hayta ora v'simcha v'sason v'ikar. Ken tiyeh lanu. Just sing it with me. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. Ya na 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 na. אסע ובשם אדוני אקרא. Ya nai na 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 nai nai ya nai na 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 nai nai ya na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai ya nai na 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 nai nai ya nai na 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 nai nai ya na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam nai na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai ya nai na 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 nai nai ya nai na 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 nai nai ya na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam nai na 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 nai nai ya nai na 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 nai nai ya nai na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai ya nai na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai ya na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ay ay na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai nai ya na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai ya nai na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai 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 na 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 nai Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ששת ימי המעשה ברוך אתה אדוני המבדיל בין קודש לחול אליהו הנביא אליהו התשבי אליהו הגלעדי במהרה וימינו יבוא אלינו עם משיח בן דוד עם משיח בן דוד מרים הנביאה עוז וזמרה בידה מרים תרקוד איתנו להגדיל זמרת עולם מרים תרקוד איתנו לתקן את העולם במהרה וימינו היטיבנו אל מי הישועה אל מי הישועה שבוע טוב שבוע טוב Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov, Shavua tov.
Shavua tov, Felicia. Thank you. Felicia, it is so perfect that you sang about Miriam Haniviyah, because Miriam has very much been on my mind. As I have watched the videos of the hostages coming home, and as I think about those that are still being held captive, I've been thinking about Miriam. Miriam was tasked with sitting in the bulrushes, watching over her brother. And his sister was stationed herself at a distance to learn what would befall him. And although we know the end of the story with Miriam and Moshe, we don't know what the end of the story is right now. And all we can do is sit and watch from the bulrushes, hoping that all of our loved ones and all of the people who are being held hostage still will come home safely. So we're going to ask Felicia, I'm going to ask if you can sing your Miriam song, a different Miriam song, one that you wrote that has within it the word freedom. And I want to highlight another phrase in that song lyric that I think really speaks to this moment. Finding water in the desert is finding hope in a time of fear. So thank you for singing this song for us, Felicia.
It's my honor, but I can't sing it alone because there's a part that I need you all to sing, and that part goes like this. And it kind of has to happen at the same time. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to just happen. I'm going to look at you meaningfully like this, and that's when you start singing. Freedom, 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 calling me. Freedom, 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 calling me. Got it? That's it. That's the whole freedom part, okay? That's your job, and then I'll do the rest. Okay. This was written by my friend Jen Miriam Altman, and me. Miriam Haniviyah, a well of water followed you as you traveled through the desert with your nation, bringing jubilation, waters of creation, in a time of fear, leading us to freedom, leading us to freedom. Finding water in the desert is finding hope in a time of fear. I pray to my Creator, let Miriam's well bubble up right here. Let Miriam's well bubble up right here. Let Miriam's well bubble up right here. There's a hunger impossible to hide. There's a hunger impossible to hide. A yearning to ignite a fire deep inside. There's a hunger impossible to deny. Enslaved by our egos and negativity, invisible chains, captivity, but it's only our hearts, it's only our hearts, it's only our hearts that can set us free. Freedom, 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 calling me. Freedom, freedom, need to give up, the need to give in, so afraid that we'll drown in these waters within. But only we can choose, but only we can choose, but only we can choose to sink or swim. Freedom, 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 calling me. Freedom, 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 calling me. And it happens again, time after time, that there's always a part of us that's left behind. We're evolving and changing through space and through time, but freedom we know. Freedom we know. Freedom we know is a state of mind. Freedom, 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 calling me. Freedom, 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 call me. Freedom, I feel like I can hear every single one of you. Freedom, freedom, calling me. Freedom, 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 freedom. Miriam Hanivia, a well of water followed you as you traveled through the desert with your nation, bringing jubilation, waters of creation. In a time of fear, leading us to freedom, 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 leading us to freedom, 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 leading us to freedom.
Thank you so much, Felicia. As we think about freedom, we think about those who are still in need of freedom. And so I'm going to invite Rabbanit Aliza to recite the tefillah for the Chatufim, for the prayer for the hostages that still remain in captivity.
Thank you. I'm going to read it in English. God of Israel, Rock of Israel and its Redeemer, compassionate and gracious God, we turn to you with prayers and entreaties to bring home in peace our beloved hostages who are uprooted by a wicked hand from their homes and kidnapped to enemy land. We are anxious for their fate and terrified by the thoughts of what they are enduring, yet we do not have the ability to save them. We lift up our entreaties before you. Compassionate Father, come to their aid, protect them, and bring them speedily to the embrace of their families and loved ones, as you have said in Jeremiah. Behold, I will bring back the captivity of Jacob's tents and have mercy on his dwelling places. Please, God, fulfill speedily what is written in Genesis. Remember, I am with you. I will protect you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. And in Jeremiah, Vishavu Vanim Ubanot Likvulam, your children shall return to your borders. Amen. So may it be your will. While we are rejoicing tonight with the return of Daniella, Liri, Karina, and Naama, we are still begging and praying and hoping for the return of the other hostages, including Arbel and Agam and Shiri and Ariel and Kfir, and all the other hostages who we've been thinking about night and day for the past year and a half. So as we celebrate, we are also going to sing along with Felicia as we pray for the release of these other hostages.
Eli, Eli, Shelo ייגמר לעולם. החור והים, רישוש של המים, ברק השמיים, תפילת האדם, החור והים, רישוש של המים, ברק השמיים, תפילת האדם. Min hametzar karatiya, anani vamerchavya. Out of the narrow space, I called upon God, and God answered me with expansiveness. I had a vision today. This is not planned, but I had a vision of being able to see everybody, and we're looking at the screen together right now, but I wonder if we could all come back onto the screen together. Is that possible at all? That we could do a breathing thing together and see each other? So, will you indulge me? If we put our hands in front of our hearts. I do this with little children a lot, but I've never done it with adults, but I think it's going to be good. If we imagine that this is the narrow place from our hearts, and we breathe in and we expand, and breathing out, breathing in, just expand, and breathing out. Let's just do it one more time. It's so beautiful to see everybody do it together. Breathing in and breathing out. It's exactly what I thought it would be like. Min hametzar karatiya, anani vamerchavya. Min hametzar karatiya, anani vamerchavya. Anani, 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 vamirchavya. Anani, 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 vamirchavya. Min hametzar karatiya, anani vamerchavya. Min hametzar karatiya, anani vamerchavya. Anani, anani, anani vamerchavya. Anani, anani, anani vamerchavya.
Thank you, Felicia. That was really, that song speaks to this moment so perfectly. There's no words. Thank you. And I'm thinking about now, how can we go into next week? How can we hold in our hearts those who have returned and those families that have been reunited? How can we hold in our hearts those who are still being held captives and their families that are waiting and waiting and waiting? And how can we hold in our hearts those families for whom it is too late and who are in mourning? How can we go into this next week when we don't know what is going to happen next, and all we can do is wait from the bulrushes, watching with bated breath? So we thought perhaps the only way to head into next week is to offer one another strength, to know that the power of our community and of our SVIVAH version of Hostage Square is here to hold us and to carry us, even after this Zoom is over. So we wanted to end with something that will give us chizuk, that will give us some strength. And that strength is something we're going to give to one another and something that we can find within ourselves as well. So in a moment, we're going to play for you a video of a group of women in Israel singing a song by an artist named Rita. The song is called Bo, which means come. And in the video, you'll see a number of women highlighted throughout the song. And those are women that made significant contributions to Israeli society, who the songwriters and the creators of this program wanted to honor. And I would like to highlight for you some of the lyrics. So look at the slideshow and you could see, and I'll read some of it for us. Come, let us disperse the screen of fog. Come, let us stand in the light and not in the darkness. How long will we keep running away to games of control? You are allowed to cry sometimes, whatever those tears may mean. When something breaks inside of you, tell me a little about the moments of fear, as it is much easier to fear together. And when the cold wind storms outside, I will send you a warm fire. One day, maybe you will stop running among the shadows in the soul, And I want to focus on this last part. Sorry, let's go back to the previous slide, please. Okay, that's okay. It's on here too. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. In the second paragraph where it says, when the cold wind storm outside, I will send you a warm fire. And so I invite everybody to think to yourselves, what is that warm fire, that eish chama, that you can share with each other, that we can offer one another, and that's going to carry you through the week. And I'd love if you could put it in the chat as you listen to the song, as you watch the video. What is that eish chama? What is that warm fire that you can send to one another? Okay, and now we'll close the slides and we'll play the video for you. And I look forward to reading your answers as we go.
עד מתי נמשיך לברוח אל משחקים של כוח? מותר לך לבכות לפעמים כשמשהו נשבר בך בפנים.
Eshlach becha ish chama. We are sending you warm strength. Here are some of the warm fires that are coming your way that I noticed in the chat. I tried to write them down, but I didn't catch all of them. So here are some of them: kindness, compassion, open-heartedness, warm feelings, strength, inspiration, loving kindness, the ability to see the good. And we are sending you those, and you have them within you. And in moments of challenge and when the darkness comes, we all have inside us an Eish Chama, this warm fire that we can work together to try to access. And you are not alone in trying to access it, because you have SVIVAH, you have all of us. And I invite you to join the Facebook group if you're not there already. And if you are, feel free to share whatever's going on. There's so much for each of us that we're each carrying. You can share in the Facebook group, and we'll be there for you. And we also have our WhatsApp group, so you can hear what's going on in SVIVAH. So make sure you're a part of that also. And we have our new SVIVAH playlist for the moment of what's going on, some Israeli songs on there. If you're not familiar with Hebrew, you're still welcome to listen and just kind of feel the vibe. I could feel the energy that Rita was singing, and the strength that she was giving us, and the energy of her song. So maybe you'll enjoy the songs, even if the language might not feel familiar. And most importantly, I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone for being here tonight. Thank you so much to Jordan and Tara for everything you did on tech. Thank you, Felicia, for your just unbelievable singing and beautiful, beautiful voice and energy that you bring. Thank you so much, Ravanit, Aliza, and Ariella, for everything, literally everything. And thank you, everybody, for being here. We have a participant survey. We'd love if you'd fill it out. But to close, while you're filling out your participant survey, I just want to use what Felicia did and take one final breath together. And as you're taking that final breath together, let's think about something that you experienced tonight, you heard, you saw, you felt, that you're going to take with you as you go into this week. So we'll do what Felicia did one more time. We'll put our hands by our heart and just bring into your hands whatever's in between your hands in that space. Bring in what you're going to take with you and what's going to carry you through this week. And let's inhale together and exhale, and let's reach up and share it with each other. And I'm going to give you all a kiss. And we're going to say Laila Tov, may this week only bring good news. If you're new here and you'd like to introduce yourself, Ariella is going to stay on for a little bit. You can say hi, but we wish you all a week full of goodness. Shavua Tov. Thank you for being here.